Hello, in this video I'm going to show you a tool that I created that allows me to find out the blend shapes or the morph names that are required to change the facial features of MMD models. And I'm going to use the name of these morphs to actually generate training data to train my networks. So let's take a look at what this can do. The first thing that you can do with this tool is you can cycle through the models that you have. So we have a lot of them, and let's find a good one to look at. So let's take a look at this one here. So you can see that there are information about the model, what the names are and things like that, and then there's a list of all the blend shapes or the morphs of this model. Now, to actually start annotating, you can start clicking in one of these links. So in this page over here, right, you can see that up here there are basically slots, and each slot basically corresponds to a semantic of the morph. Basically, it tells you what the morph is supposed to do. And your task is to basically look at the morphs down here and then put them in the right slot. So this morph basically raised the eyebrow, and the slot for raising the eyebrow is this one. This one lowers the eyebrow, and you put it in this slot. This is just the slot for it, right? And this one is showing trouble eyebrow, so this one goes here. This one angry eyebrow goes this here, right? This one also has the left side and the right side, so this one goes here and this one goes here. This one, the serious eyebrow, goes here, and the happy eyebrows goes here. So this is all that we have. So this one doesn't seem to actually match any of the slot that we have here, so we just leave it alone. So we are now done with the eyebrows. Then we can go to the eyes. And same deal here, right? You have the possible eye morphs here, and then you just put them in the right slot. So let me see, just do that for this model. So happy eyebrow goes here, happy eyebrow to the right, to the left. Reducing the size of the iris, this one goes to the surprise eye, this one goes here, this one goes here, this one goes here, and that's all the relevant ones. So we're done with the eye now, and we can go next to the mouth. And you could also use the keyboard to actually do this. So I click here. There's a key for each of the slot above. So in this way, it becomes a little bit faster. And this one goes there, right? And this one goes this one. Yes. So we're done with this model right now. So once you have annotated the eyebrow, the eye, and the mouth, you're done with this model, and then you can start going to the next model and then start doing the same thing, right? You can cycle through the model and then start annotating. But the annotation process here, although you can actually go through all the relevant morphs and then select which one should go where, it's very slow because you do it one model at a time, and we have like 8,000 models to actually do this. So it's very slow. So I also came up with a more efficient way to actually do the annotations, and this basically requires you to go through the morphs of the same name. So so here we have a list of morphs of morph names, and basically the morphs with the same name would have basically similar semantics, and this means that you can assign them to the same slot. So let's look at the morphs that is called a. And as you can see, right, the morphs with the name mostly will have the characters open their mouth wide like this. Some actually don't have any kind of reaction whatsoever, and we shouldn't actually use these ones. So now you can start assigning all these morphs to the same slot by clicking on this link, assign morph semantics. And the first thing that you need to do is to basically assign the slot that you want to like a number key. So the slot that I want here is the slot for the mouth, the mouth. So this is assigned to the numerical key 1. So once you have assigned this, you can click on a model, and then you press 1 over here to actually assign this morph to the slot. And it is marked like as orange over here. And then you can start doing the same thing for the other models. And then you start running into the ones that you don't actually want. So you hit another key. This is basically the, what is it? The tilde key to actually say, okay, we don't actually want this. And then you can start annotating, right? So as you can see, very fast here. So that's the 100 models in this page, and this is done in like several seconds, right? Several 10 seconds. But there's a faster way than this. Basically, if you look at this page, most of them can be assigned to the R slot. So now you start by marking the ones that you actually don't want, and there's a quick way to actually check whether which one you want or not by switching to the diff mode, right? So the diff mode is basically it draws the pixels that are different between the rest pose and the morph pose with the color magenta. And if you see any image without the magenta pixel, it means that this model doesn't do anything with this morph name whatsoever, and these are the one that you know that you don't want. So you can mark these two as ineligible, and then you can scroll down, right? Find the ones that don't have any magenta pixels whatsoever. This is a sorry. We want this one. This one too. And then you do 3 times, right? And then for the rest of the morph, you can hit Control 1 to actually assign it all to the same slot. Right, so this is actually very fast. So let's do another page of this. Switch to diff mode, and then you can quickly identify which one you don't actually want. Okay, so that's all, and then we can hit Control 1. Right, and the effect of this is that if you actually go into one of the models and then you do annotate mouth, right? So the ones that I just marked earlier shows up in this slot, and then you can start doing the same thing with the other morph names too, and this becomes very efficient. So right now the morph is named E, so we want the E slot, and then you can start like take a look, right? Which one you don't actually want. The ones that don't have any difference whatsoever is the one that you want to discard. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Wow, there's a lot over here. And then you hit Control 1 again to assign the rest to the E slot. So this is actually very convenient. So going through all the popular morphs and then assign them to the appropriate slot, this is basically how I find out all the relevant morph names. And So this concludes the presentation of the tools, and thank you for your attention. I'll see you later.